Hey, my name is Chris. Welcome back to my whiskey journey. Today we're gonna try something different than what we've tried so far. This is something I've actually never tasted. Today we're gonna try, this is just a little sample that I bought. I believe I did tell you about this last time. It is Jameson, triple distilled Irish whiskey. 40% ABV. What I've heard about Jameson is basically that it's very easy to get a hold of. It's very commercialized. That's just things I've heard. I know that a lot of local bars here have Jameson available, so I guess it's kind of accessible, I guess. I don't know if it's high-end, low-end, if it's a budget whiskey, or if it's... Actually, I have no idea. I should have done some research on it, but I didn't. I didn't do that. So we're gonna try some Jameson today. Hopefully we're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Let's grab a glass, shall we? So we got the fresh glass of Jameson here. The nose is really mild. It's easy to smell. If I'm gonna be honest, this smells a lot like the Toki to me. It smells citrusy. And I don't think it smells like the Highland Park that we tried. The smoky one. I don't get the smoky vibe here. And I honestly have no idea what it's supposed to smell or taste like. So I might be off the mark here, but to my untrained nose, it smells citrusy. A little bit of fruit. But I'm feeling like I might be picking up some nuts as well. Something earthy. But it's really mild. This doesn't really bother me to smell. It doesn't really smell a lot of alcohol either. So maybe this is why Jameson is often recommended for new drinkers, I guess. Yeah, it's really pleasant. It's citrusy, fruity, and a little bit of earthy nuts, maybe. That's what I'm getting. So, to try not to make these videos way too long, I'll try to speed it up a little bit. So let's try the taste. Cheers. Okay. So my first instincts, my first thoughts, it's bitter, it's spicy, and it coats my tongue a little. Don't know if the coating of the tongue is a quality of the whiskey as a differentiator in whiskey. Maybe every whiskey does that. I have no idea. But it kind of feels like it's coating my tongue a little bit. Initial reaction was spice. It was burning my tongue. That might be the alcohol. It's been a while since I've drank whiskey right now, so maybe I'm missing out on something. Right now, I kind of feel the nutty taste. Maybe the aftertaste is bringing out the nutty, maybe not peanuts, but cashew nuts, maybe? I might be totally off the mark here, but it was actually not that bad to drink. I was expecting maybe a cheap kind of feel, even though I have no idea what a cheap whiskey is supposed to taste like. I was fearing the worst, and I was pleasantly surprised. And this time when I smelled it, what? Now something chocolate to hit my nose. That almost smelled like cocoa. Wait, that can't be real. Dude, it actually smells like chocolate milk. That is weird. Something's happened here. Something's really happening here. Wow, what the hell is going on? This is weird. I'm getting a heavy dairy, chocolatey vibe right here. Chocolate fruits. Now it kind of smells like Baileys for some reason. It really smells like some chocolatey alcohol, Baileys, coffee, cocoa. This is a weird sensation. So let's have another sip and try. That was a really small sip. Almost too little. Feeling the spice when I taste it. But I don't smell the spice, which is weird. And it doesn't smell. It doesn't taste like chocolate or cocoa or Baileys. Well, kind of. The aftertaste is kind of Baileys, like the dairy. I'm gonna try to open it up with some couple drops of water. So, alright, I got myself the water right here. This tiny whiskey, no, I mean shot glass. This is kind of a lot. A couple of drops right here. And there we go. I spilled a little, but that's fine. It definitely opened up the smell. It smells more like chocolate right now. The smell is really sweet right now. I forgot to say that with the chocolate and coffee and Baileys. It smells sweet. It smells really like a dessert, which is kind of weird and fascinating. This is probably the most surprising whiskey, probably the most surprising point in my whiskey journey. Because I've always been like thinking whiskey cannot be that different. What's the difference? All these single malts, blended, yeah, every category basically. And I've always been like kind of skeptical. Like people are just saying it tastes stuff and smells stuff. But is it actually true? Doesn't it just smell and taste like alcohol? But now I've tasted the Toki Suntory Japanese whiskey, Highland Park, the most smoky whiskey I've tried. You haven't seen it, but I was at a party and I drank some Highland Queen, I think it was called. Highland Queen. And I'm gonna be honest, that was a party, so I didn't really taste it. So I can't really comment on that. Probably the next video will be the Highland Queen, so we will try that, like a real tasting. Last one, we tried Highland Park. Really surprised me with the smoke and how delicious it was. But this smell is making the whiskey journey interesting, to say the least. It's really fascinating. Smells sweet, cocoa, Baileys, chocolate, coffee. Don't feel the nuts anymore, not as much, but we'll try another sip with water. It smells really good, in my opinion. I'm having a really difficult time with the taste. Not that it's bad, but it's rather difficult to separate the alcohol taste. It's strong. It's certainly not as strong anymore, considering I added water. It tasted less spicy. It didn't burn my tongue. Yeah, it's really sweet. It's delicious in its smell. I really love. You don't know this about me, but I drink a lot of coffee. Not as much chocolate milk. I don't really drink milk, at least not straight. I don't drink my milk neat. But I can drink some dairy chocolate milk. And that is a pleasant smell. So I have to say this is pretty good. This is pretty good in terms of smell. But let's have another sip of the taste. This is going to be my last one to see if it's anything nice. Difficult. Really, really difficult. It doesn't taste like anything cocoa or chocolate or coffee. It's spicy. It's a little bit bitter, if I'm gonna be honest. And I can feel a tiny fraction of smoke. And it's kind of embarrassing if it's not even remotely smoky. But there's something behind in the back of my tongue, in the aftertaste, that tastes really, not really, but a tad bit smoky. Just a little, a little bit of, it's trying to be there. It's not bad. I will probably finish the sample, maybe with some ice. Maybe it's gonna be easier to taste. Maybe. So far, giving the whiskey, Jameson Irish whiskey, I can't even roll a dice, dude. Like, I don't know, it's pretty good. If you're on the whiskey journey just like me, hit the like button, follow me. We can go on this journey together as a little community, recommend each other whiskeys. If you got any new recommendations for me, leave them down below. And I'll see you for the next glass of whiskey. Hopefully it's as good as mine, and I'll see you later.